Imagine walking through the front doors of a police station, your paws hitting the cold concrete floor as you step into a world of sirens flashing, officers running, and the urgency of the streets. Now picture yourself in the thick of it, not as a bystander, but as a member of the team, trained, focused, and ready to protect. This is the life of a K-9 unit officer. And today, I want to share my journey. I am not just any dog. I am a hero, a protector, and a companion to some of the bravest men and women in law enforcement. This is the story of my life, a K-9's journey to heroism. My journey didn't start in the back of a patrol car, but in a quiet room filled with the scent of my brothers and sisters. From the time I was only a few days old, trainers were preparing me. They performed something called early neurological stimulation, a series of brief, gentle exercises designed to kick my neurological system into action. They would tickle my paws, hold my head up, then down, and even place me on a cool, damp towel for a few seconds. It was all to build a tolerance for stress and a foundation for the work ahead. By the time I was 8 weeks old, I was ready for the next step. That's when I met Officer Daniels. The first time I walked into the police station, my paws felt the coldness of the tile floors, the scent of humans, coffee, and that faint smell of rubber from their boots mixed with the heavier scent of adrenaline. But there was something about the officer who was about to become my handler that stood out. When he looked at me, I saw something in his eyes, a quiet confidence, a trust. I knew then that I had found my partner. From that moment, my journey from a simple pup to a full-fledged hero began. Training wasn't easy, but it was necessary. To become a certified K-9, it takes hundreds of hours of intense work. From the very first day, Officer Daniels and I were inseparable. He taught me everything, starting with next-level obedience. I had to obey instantly, with zero hesitation, from just his voice or hand signals. For every right move, the reward was simple but powerful, my favorite toy and a mountain of praise. Modern training is all about this positive reinforcement, which builds confidence and makes me want to work. We spent countless hours on the obstacle course, running, jumping, and crawling through tunnels. I was being trained as a dual-purpose dog, meaning I had to master both patrol duties and detection. That's where my superpower comes in. My sense of smell is something you humans can't even imagine. It's estimated to be anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 times more sensitive than yours. But a superpower is useless if you can't control it. Daniels taught me to methodically search huge areas and to find one specific target smell among thousands of others. When I find it, I give a passive alert, a quiet signal like sitting down, because barking could be a disaster, especially around explosives. Every moment spent training, I felt myself becoming stronger, more focused, and more capable. But more than that, I felt a deep connection with Officer Daniels. I was learning to trust him, and he was learning to trust me. Training was one thing, but nothing could prepare me for the real thing. The first time I was called into action was a moment of truth. There had been reports of a suspect holed up in a house, heavily armed and dangerous. The adrenaline hit me like a wave as we approached the scene. Officer Daniels and I stood ready, waiting for the green light. When the command came, we were off. We went inside the house, my senses on high alert. I could hear the suspect moving inside, but I knew that Officer Daniels trusted me to do my job, just like I trusted him. This is what my apprehension training was for. It was never about aggression, it was about control. I led the way, following the scent until we found the suspect hiding behind a door. With a bark and a charge, I did what I was trained to do. I neutralized the threat, holding him until the other officers could move in safely. That day, I learned that being a hero wasn't about being fearless. It was about protecting the people who needed me, no matter the danger. Being a canine officer isn't all about glory. There are days when the work is overwhelming, when my body aches from the constant running, and when the smells of danger linger in my nose. I remember one training exercise in a busy market. The air was full of food smells and people, and my focus just fell apart. I kept giving false alerts, and I could feel Officer Daniels getting frustrated. His commands became tense, and for a moment our perfect partnership started to crack. He was trying to command my nose, but you can't. He had to learn to read the tiny changes in my body, the way my tail moved, how deeply I was sniffing. He had to let go and trust me completely. We went back to basics, building my confidence back up until we weren't just a handler and a dog, but a team having a silent conversation. With every challenge, we grow stronger. It's often said that a dog is a man's best friend, but being a canine officer means something deeper. Officer Daniels is not just my handler, he's my partner, my family. There's a bond between us that words can't describe. I know his heartbeat and he knows mine. We communicate without words, just through looks, gestures, and trust. We have a 24/7 bond built on pure trust. After a shift, I go home with him. I'm a part of his family, playing in the yard or sleeping on the floor next to his bed. This partnership is the foundation of our success. We've saved each other's lives more times than I can count, and every day we walk side by side, ready to face whatever the world throws our way. One of the most unforgettable moments in my life as a canine came when I had to save Officer Daniels. We were on a routine patrol when we were ambushed. The suspect had hidden in the shadows, and before we knew it, gunshots rang out. Officer Daniels fell to the ground, wounded, and the suspect was advancing on us. I could smell his fear and anxiety. Without thinking, I jumped into action. I took down the suspect, allowing Officer Daniels to get to safety. That moment was a turning point for me. I had to make the ultimate decision, risk my life to save my partner. And I did. That's what being a canine is about. Selfless service, unwavering loyalty, and a commitment to protecting the ones who matter most. Being a canine officer is more than just a job. It's a calling, a commitment to service, and a bond like no other. My life as a canine has been filled with moments of heroism, sacrifice, and deep connection. Every day I work alongside my handler, Officer Daniels, I'm reminded of why I do what I do. I don't just protect the streets. I protect the people I love, and no matter the danger, no matter the odds, I will always be there, loyal and ready to fight for what's right. And when my service is over, our bond won't break. In almost all cases, canines live out the rest of their lives with their handler, as a loved member of the family they spent years protecting.